Which one are we doing first?
Children's Gallery.
I like that you did something different as far as the hold and the release. Let's give you another run at it. And this time when you do the release, here's a couple things to think about. When you do the release, remember that the way you're doing it is you're doing a hold, and then when you give the release, that's the prep for the breath. So it also needs to show the style, right? Because you're like, digga, 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 da, release, boom. And I think you went release, something a little lighter on that prep. And then I'm going to have you do that. I'm going to ask you to try to do that. And then whenever you show, I like how you're doing what I asked about, changing the plane for the 6/8. Try to show a little more on the downbeat than the upbeat. It looks like an even U, okay? Looks like da, 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 and try to show a little more. So what I'm saying is, beat 2 actually comes up a little higher than beat 1. Okay, so 2, 1, 2, 1. So it gives a little more emphasis to the downbeat. Okay, just try that. All right, another run. Do it again. That was the right idea. You were thinking about it. Do it again. Get another shot. Those two things. Now, the only other thing to think about is whenever you give like a release or any kind of prep has to go, well, it doesn't have to, but it's best to have a prep go the opposite direction of the downbeat. Okay, so you go da, 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 dee. When you give that release, beat 1's going to be here, so the prep should be out. And sometimes, like you're going. Let's see, you're going da. So maybe if you go, so you give a release like right here, and then so you got the whole. Okay, we should breathe. Now you're gonna do this one more time. No music this time. Okay, you're gonna look up to your friends around. You're going to interact with them. Okay, go ahead. Now watch the video. When you go back and watch the video, I like that better. I like that the transition, the hold, that was clearer to me than the loops. Okay, that was clear to me. The other thing that I like is getting that out of the way. It put you in a position that you could have interacted with them, and I think they would have responded to anything you did. You didn't do anything, though, other than general. This is the time and this is the feel. But if you would have done a little more with your face or with the phrasing, they would have reacted right away. And so just getting out away from the stand, you were focused on the individuals that were playing and the music they were playing a little bit more. You don't need that. You don't need that. You've got it. Remember we talked about the two sides of the conductor, right? All the preparation is done. You don't need that score once you get in here. It's only a reference, so if you need to stop and say, okay, let's see, in that fourth measure, what note is it, what chord is it, that's what it's there for. But you should know everything else outside that, so that, I mean, I loved it. I loved that last tape. It was really good. Let's do the other one.
Still on music, you want to try it with
Oh, you can add the music back. Just try to
tear away from it.
try to tear away from it, yes. Here's a question for everybody. How long, when you have a fermata, how long do you hold a fermata? How do you decide how long you hold it? Any thoughts? Yep. So the length of the measure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess if you're slowing down, you kind of want to simplify and then cut off.
So like the last one would be 3 beats?
Yeah.
Okay, then why have a fermata?
However long you want.
However long you want. Okay, what were you going to say?
Like at least 3 beats.
So at least, so the minimum, okay, is 3 beats. Otherwise, why have the fermata? Right? What about holding it shorter than 3 beats? Then why would they put a dotted half there? Why not put an 8th note with a fermata? Maybe. Well, wouldn't it insinuate that if the composer wanted it shorter than 3 beats, that he would have written a note value that was shorter? Yeah. So what we're saying is that going back to the default that Taylor said is at least 3 beats. Okay. So when you're thinking about that, B da 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 da, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and somewhere after that. That's pretty long. Okay? But that's the intention there. Okay? So think a little bit longer on that. As you slow down, when you slow down in between each beat or each ictus, this is for everybody. In between each ictus, you either have to slow down, right, the movement, this is obvious, or you have to expand the movement. Okay, now since you're slowing down, I think it's okay to expand the movement. So 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, just to help them, just to bring to their attention, that you're slowing down. So I think you can get a little bigger on those last couple bars there. Okay, I like the character. I was a little distracted right when you gave, not by you. I was just a little distracted back here by when you gave the downbeat, so I didn't really see it, but it worked. It seemed to work. Everybody came in. So let's do it again. Let's do another run. Good. I'm curious, what are the thoughts from the group?
I feel like if you just commit a little bit more to like everything that you're doing, it comes across
It all looks good. It all looks good. Just maybe a little more commitment. Yeah. Do you have a fear of commitment? No, just joking.
Your prep breath is faster than your hand.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. We talked about that yesterday, right? Remember? I don't remember who it was, but instead of, right?
Because essentially, like, if I'm like, let's say if I was just going off your breath, I'd be going a lot faster than what you were actually giving. So making sure that it's both in time with each other guarantees that no one's going to be like.
Or if I breathed with you the way you did, I'd be breathing and then holding my breath. Dun 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 dun. Instead of dun 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 dun. Right? So a little bit longer breath there. Any other thoughts? The only other one I thought of was I can't remember if it was Julie, maybe, that we talked about going from the 4-4 to the 3-4. Do you want it to carry through? And if you do want it to carry through, then we need to see that. It kind of the group played 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, right? So if you want it to carry through, you're gonna have to help encourage them to do that. Nigel, you got really good form. Really good form. It looks really natural. Really natural. So I think just the comments are just helping you move a little bit more, okay? But it's good. All right.